Hey guys, I want to talk to you guys about being antisocial. And a lot of people think that it's a bad thing to be antisocial and that you won't get many of the connections that are going to make you successful if you are antisocial. And there's a difference between being antisocial and introverted. Personally, with myself, I'd say I'm a pretty introverted person, but I wouldn't categorize myself as being antisocial. Being introverted is actually, I think, pretty normal for the most part because many people out there, I'd have to be honest, are not very interesting. A lot of people out there are very copy and paste, and they care about these mundane things like getting a nice car, getting a nice house, sports, and all these things that really have no substance in my life. I usually like to talk about things with more substance than uh, like the majority of people. And I know that there are many people out there probably watching this video that feel the same way. They rather talk about way more important things. Now, to all of you extroverts out there, I'm not saying that your personality trait is bad. I'm just saying that I really don't see the point in being extroverted when many of the people out there are just really not that interesting. Being introverted really just means that you don't conform to many of the things that are basically the norm in society. Because when you're extroverted, you can see what everyone else is doing, and what everyone else is doing is pretty consistent with what you're seeing on the media. So if you go on any social media platform and see what's popular, that's pretty much the gist of what you're going to be seeing when you interact with these people. Because most people's lives are based around social media. With trends like the Labubu toys and Super Bowl and concerts and all of these things, people usually adopt those things in their personality when these trends come up. Fashion trends, movie trends, and shows that people watch are all things that influence these traits that people have. When I'm around these individuals, I really don't have any connection towards them. Uh, I'm not a mean person towards them. It's just I really don't have anything of substance to talk about with them because I don't follow all of these like Super Bowl, NBA, any of that. So I really don't know what I would be talking about with them. And for the longest time, I've seen it as a real disadvantage that I have. But honestly, now that I'm looking back at it, I really don't, I really wouldn't even want to relate with any of that. Because at the end of the day, what I find interesting is not sports, uh, all these movies that are now popular nowadays, like Marvel. So if you're an introverted person, please don't be alarmed or anything because it's totally normal not to appreciate these things. Because at the end of the day, they're completely unnatural, and the more natural way of thinking is by enjoying life without having to worry about politics and what the new trend is and if you're following it or not. And yeah, I believe that conversations, they should be naturally flowing. They shouldn't be some fake script that you're trying to form together when you're going through a conversation. Because I've noticed when I've had the energy to be extroverted, I've usually had to use up a lot of my energy just to conform to this script that I use with most people. The conversations that I usually enjoy usually involve genuine people which really pique my interest. And they usually are critical thinkers, and they they have more of an attitude of thinking for themselves, uh, as opposed to uh, conforming with trends and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I do conform to trends, but With most people out there, they just conform to whatever everyone is doing.